Hey, what's up? It's a late week edition of the franchise, a bonus episode. We both went to see the a movie in the theaters last night. How about that? I There was a guy vaping in front of me the entire time. I enjoyed that, and I ate Panda Express beforehand. Okay, that's all I got on that. So the name's D Train, Daniel Ehrenberg. Hey, over there's Logan Scare. How about
Yeah,
that? What's
yeah, hey
going on,
guys.
buddy?
Nothing much. Just even if you go eat beforehand, you still stop and get some candy during.
No, I didn't.
Oh, I'm sure that was difficult for you.
Yeah, it changed up my usual routine, but I was full from the orange chicken that I ate.
Yeah, that sounds nice.
Yeah, it was nice. Although I gotta say, my girlfriend has been throwing up this morning, so maybe it
You
wasn't
got
so
her
nice
sick.
for her.
Oh, you think it was the food that got her
Might have
sick?
might have been,
Well,
man.
you were sick recently. You probably got her sick.
I know, I might have too. All right, anyway.
Did your mom get you sick?
Uh
Was she sick while she was there?
no.
Oh,
No,
okay.
she was perfectly fine. She's like fucking 70 and she's healthier than both of us.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. Uh so Evil Dead Rise. That's a new Evil Dead movie. I don't know if you're aware of this. I think everybody, like anyone who's interested in Evil Dead saw this already.
And they love it.
Yeah, most people really do. Um, Not everybody. Like I see some like 1.5s and 2s in my letterbox feed, but for the majority of people, I feel like they're into this one, and I get it. I actually do get it. All right, I'm not into it. I'm not going to spend the whole episode shitting on it though, because I kind of get what people see in it. Um, all right, so it's directed by a new fella by the name of Lee Cronin. His only previous feature film is something called A Hole in the Ground, which is about a sinkhole that makes some people insane, I think. And I've never seen it. I don't know that I know anybody that's seen it.
I'm sure you do.
All right. But evidently, Sam Raimi saw it, and he enjoyed it
Yeah.
because he hired this dude to make the new Evil Dead movie.
I liked him.
What about it?
I liked this guy.
The director?
Yeah, he used a lot of like split diopter lenses where it's like where
There
like
was a lot of that.
like Brian De Palma used to use.
Yeah.
I was like, oh shit, this guy. I like it. I was into it.
Yeah. Yeah, I liked that too.
That was probably the best part of the movie.
But give me 1 second.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, no, I liked all that. I just horror has too much all movies do. Have too much CGI for me now.
Yeah. No, I agree. I agree.
It's like I don't mean to sound like an old man, but like movies used to be like how'd they do that? And now I know how they did it. Computers.
Yep. They just did a little clicky click on their computer, and then they were like, "Oh, that looks kind of nice, a little bit.
Yeah. I don't
That
know.
looks passable."
Anyway. But all right, so last we saw Evil Dead.
You
know,
hated it.
I did.
People like that movie, but not Daniel. Daniel, that's his least favorite one.
Yeah, I like.
What's your problem? You said was it the actual drug stuff you thought was too stupid, or you hated that they were more serious? What was it exactly?
Yeah, it was more that. Like to
Let
me,
him try something.
I grew up with Evil Dead. Okay, I watched them in high school and shit. So like, I have nostalgia for them. The first two and Army of Darkness and like so when you're saying we're rebooting Evil Dead, I'm excited about it. And what I'm thinking is, I think of those movies more as comedies than horror movies. Like I'm not scared of Evil Dead;
Mm-hmm.
they're hilarious to me and exciting and whip smart. And it has Bruce Campbell as this sort of satire of an action hero. Like that's my Evil Dead. And it's still possible today. They recaptured it in that Stars series, Ash versus Evil Dead. I thought they got the tone right in that. And it's not like Sam Raimi directed every episode of it. So like I don't understand the impulse to make an Evil Dead movie in 2013, the Fede Alvarez one, that is just completely fucking humorless.
But if they say they're gonna make it, why do you want just the same exact thing? You just want like the Lion King remake that they did? Instead
No, of
them
course
actually...
not. But I want something that captures the theme of it. Like I don't like it's
They
the
liked the Book of the Dead part. Teens go, they read the Book of the Dead, and they all kill themselves.
but the tone is so different that it's like watching, you know, Christopher Nolan Batman right after Adam West Batman.
Yeah. Yeah, no, you make sense.
And the audience for those two movies, I think, is completely the audience for those two things is completely different.
Not
And
me. I love both pretty equally.
no, I love both.
If you want to
in
go like
their own
gnarly
way.
kills, I'm fine with that too.
I don't know.
Not that I love this movie.
The Fede Alvarez one, I found to be a bore and just an exhausting exercise in darkness and terror and whatever. This one I was interested in a little more. I like the milieu. Okay, it's a high rise apartment building. It's been done before, but it's a good thing to do. I like a little contained space. I do wish that like we met more of the tenants and that we had more of an idea of what was going on the other floors. But
Yeah, I didn't really love any characters. I really disliked the oldest daughter and the oldest son. I sort of like the youngest daughter. I thought she was kind of cool. But yeah, I wish there was like maybe one other character I was into.
yeah, like I sort of liked that neighbor fella, but he got his eye ripped out pretty quick.
And then remember like somebody spits it into another guy or something.
I didn't care for
She bites it off and then she spits it into. You didn't like that? That was so fun.
Well, it's a reference. It's a reference. Yes, have you seen Evil Dead 2?
Yeah, but not since I was like 14 years old.
Yeah, it's a reference to Evil Dead 2, and
okay.
but it's done with CGI, so it looks stupid.
Okay, yeah, it looks stupid, but I had never seen it before.
Yeah, what happens? She bites the guy's eye out and then spits it across
Into
a
another guy's
room
mouth.
into another guy's mouth, who chokes on the eye.
Yeah, that's right. You got it.
That's something.
Yeah,
I mean, it is something.
that's the exact same thing that happens in the other one.
I don't remember. Something like that.
Okay. That'll rank high on your sequel list, right?
Yeah,
Evil Dead 2?
we're gonna rank sequels. Evil Dead 2 might be my top 10.
I think you said that about Land of the Dead or Dawn of the Dead.
They probably both will be.
Mm-hmm.
All right, ease up, buddy.
I have like a criteria that I'm gonna go through.
It's gonna be like those two. Empire Strikes Back.
Godfather, Spider-Man 2.
Well, Spider-Man 2 will be on yours. All right.
That's better than Evil Dead 2
No, it's not.
and Dawn of the Dead
Get out of here.
and Godfather 2.
All right. So this new one, I like the apartment complex milieu. My favorite use of this, by the way, is Attack the Block. You ever see that movie?
Yes, I did a few months ago.
Yeah, that's a fucking cool movie in a high-rise apartments.
Mm-hmm. If you liked this, that movie's better. Maybe you like that one.
I agree. I couldn't agree more. So it's now we don't cast real actors and stuff anymore. So there's no one you've ever heard of in this. It's just like a bunch of randos. I recognized one actor, the mom, and
I liked her. Thought she was really cool.
It bothered me the whole movie what I knew her from, and then I looked it up on IMDb at the end, and it turns out she was in the Mist TV show.
Wow.
Yeah,
cool.
I watched the only season of that on like
Stuck
TN.
with it the whole season?
Yeah, I watched all 10.
Was it good? Did it end the same way?
It was so bad, dude, and it
Really?
did not end the same way. I mean, it ended, I think, wanting a second season.
I liked her though. I thought she was good. Her name's Alyssa Sutherland.
Yeah. Okay, but it kicks off with a prologue. But
people love this. Have you seen that? People are like obsessed with this title card. It's crazy.
The title card's the best part of the prologue. I'll give it that.
Sure, but I don't know. I like the drone.
I don't.
People
I
love it though. People are losing their minds over that title
yeah,
card.
I don't. All right, so a all the characters in this prologue have Australian accents, and they're not supposed to.
Yeah,
They shot this fucking thing in Australia. It shows immediately. The first two lines of dialogue delivered are just like, "Hey, good day, mate," and it's like, "What?" Uh,
oi.
yeah, and so I don't know. Maybe have them redo the line. It's going to be the first line of the movie, and the movie takes place in a city in
I
America.
found this here Book of the Dead. You want to read from it?
Yeah, it is. It's like, hey, how's that drone? I'm flying a drone, mate. And it's like, why'd you add mate? You're supposed to be American. So yeah, it starts though with like the big trick of it is it's that old shot of like the evil traveling through the air, you know what I mean?
Of
So
course.
it's like a first person view moving real fast, and then it's revealed, oh, it wasn't that, it's a drone.
Yep.
And this bothers me. I just think that like this is one of those things Hollywood thinks is like really prevalent in like society now. Like everyone's got a drone, but it's really only prevalent amongst rich people in Hollywood.
Yeah, I've never.
Do you
played with a
know
drone.
anybody that owns a drone?
There was like a guy from high school, I think, who like made videos of like him on his bike. Maybe he used a drone, but I don't have no idea. No, not really. I'll say not really.
Yeah, that bothers me. That's like out of touch Hollywood thing.
Mm-hmm.
But
But
like
it's new. Come on, they use drone shots all the time. They probably like just had the idea like we can do the cool thing, but it's a drone shot, and they're like, oh, we can do that a funny bit. That's how they probably did it.
I don't know. I feel like in 20 years when you watch this, you're gonna be like, oh, ha, 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 2023, right? Drones.
Or maybe drones are ruling the world. They're watching the movie.
Oh,
They're like, oh, they gave us a shout out.
wow, look, it just blew my mind. I don't know. I feel like it's gonna be like watching something from like 5 years ago. It's like, hey, fidget spinners.
Does that ever happen?
I don't know.
I never see fidget spinners in movies. Is there a movie where a fidget spinner is?
I
prevalent?
bet you see him on like you go back and watch like sitcoms from that era, and there
Somebody has a lucky fidget spinner.
Yeah. I bet you
They lose it at a dinner party. That's the episode.
Yeah, I don't really remember what was going on in the Connors at the time, but I bet you'll see one.
Yeah. Good
Yeah.
call.
You know when you'll really see the fidget spinner is when they start making like Goldberg's That 70s Show-esque sitcoms about that decade.
Yeah. That will be hard to handle.
Fidget spinners are going to seem way more prevalent.
I'm not gonna watch it.
Well, hey, it was hard for me when they started doing the 90s, man. I watched that show Fresh Off the Boat.
I didn't know that was about the 90s.
Yeah, that show takes place in the 90s. There's a lot of stuff like he gets excited when like Shaq comes to the Orlando Magic.
That's funny.
Yeah. All right.
When
all right.
Christian comes into the WWE.
Hey, easy.
I just wanted to play his
Easy.
theme, so his little theme.
Oh, of course, sure. All right. So so we meet our whatever. It's got the opening involves the big scalp rip that's in the trailer. I do have a problem with this movie. I've spent years not watching trailers. And over the past few months, I've been going to the movies way more. Like every week, I've been going out to the old Cineplex. And I've seen this particular trailer for Evil Dead Rise probably 17 times.
Yeah. Is the hair rip not at the end when she's like in this like was that a like wood chipper at the end of the movie? Was that not when the hair rip is?
No, man, it's because this girl at the beginning who kind of looks like Troyan Belisario from Pretty Little Liars. She's got like a braid, like one braid.
Oh yeah. She pulls it, right?
Yeah,
right,
and she pulls the braid and it scalps her. And then she comes out to the dock. She's like, "Help!" And the
Yes,
dude's
you're right.
like, "What happened in the top of your head?"
Yeah,
And
mate.
she drops the scalp on that dock, and then goes
Title
after the
card.
dude. And then you get that cool title card. It is cool. Like, I get why people are into that.
Yeah, but come on. Settle down, people.
Yeah, I mean, it's no Pamela Anderson's boobs in Scary Movie 3.
They act like I've never seen a movie before.
Yeah, come on. What? You haven't seen a title card? It's no fucking Scream 2.
Yeah. You haven't seen Shaq's legs turn in, or Doctor? Is it? I think it's Dr. Phil's legs turn into a 4. You haven't seen that before?
Yeah, come on. This Lee Cronin's no David Zucker, if you ask me.
No.
All right. Hickory dickory dock. I turned it to Andrew Dice Clay for a second. Fucking, we cut to our crew of characters. Well, first we see out the one girl who's going to be our final girl. What's
sister?
Yeah,
Mom has the aunt. Mom has
what's
a
her
sister.
name? I liked her
Beth.
voice. Doesn't she have a nice voice?
That's interesting. I didn't really notice. Is she Australian too? Mom is
I feel like
Australian, right?
everyone's Australian in this movie.
Yeah, you're probably right.
I just looked her up. She's one of Australia's rising stars of the screen.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. I know Mom's Australian for sure.
Yeah, the accents got better as the movie went along. Like once you got to like the main characters, they spoke, America a little better. But like these characters that were only hired for like the one scene at the beginning were so fucking bad.
Yeah. All right.
So Lily Sullivan is the name of this actress, which is also the name of a great improv comedian.
Wow.
But it's
the
not
Rising Star you're talking about?
Yes. Hey, and you know what? She grew up in a town in Australia, Logan, called Logan City.
Wow, that's very cool.
Are you excited about that?
Of course.
Born in 1993. She's a little old for you, buddy.
Yeah, barely. She's like 5 years older than me.
I guess that's true. Maybe you could pull this girl.
Yeah.
All right, so Beth, and we see her. She's in a punk rock club, and she's a guitar technician. Everyone's waiting for her to get on stage, and
but she's pregnant, right? She's taking a
she's
pregnancy
pissing
test?
on a stick, and she gives you a look like, "Oh, buddy, I think I'm pregs," and that's
She's right.
I feel like, excuse me. I feel like you see that a lot in horror now. Pregnancy.
Really?
Horror is obsessed with pregnancy right now.
Huh. Really?
Am I wrong about that?
I don't know. Do you have an example?
I don't. Maybe not. I guess it's always been a trope, right? Rosemary's Baby, or like when I was a kid, there was this movie Hush, where Jessica Lange and Gwyneth Paltrow. That was a big pregnant horror movie, but yeah, I don't. It felt familiar to me, but I guess I don't have an explanation.
Yeah, I
so.
think this is fake news.
Okay. Jesus.
What if they make
Christ.
Jenna Ortega pregnant in the next Scream
Fake
movie?
news? I bet that'll be in that sitcom. About
for
the
sure.
decade. They'll
Oh,
do a
yeah.
lot about that.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. What about Jenna Ortega?
What if they make her pregnant for the next Scream movie? They've worked that into the plot
Well,
just for you.
she should get pregnant with quadruplets. They should call them the Core Four.
Yeah, that's great. They
Yeah.
should do that.
So it's her. She goes back home to see her sister, who's the one from the Mist TV show. We meet them. They're a real close knit family. They seem to really love each other. The dad's gone, but no one's
Really? I thought they felt kind of like a little estranged. Like they
Are
haven't
you
seen
out of the sisters? Yeah. But the sisters' family with the kids, like
Oh,
the
okay.
four of them, it seems like they spend all their time together. They fucking love each other.
Yes.
Yeah. We meet the mom. She's like, you know what I did appreciate is like you meet her. She's got really fake red hair.
Mm-hmm.
And then like you see her like sprucing that up in the bathroom, like re-dyeing it. And I was like, oh, all right. That's realistic.
That's nice. I didn't really think the two women looked a lot alike.
No, it's insane. The family that they ended up with. It's like this brunette mom.
Well, she's dyeing her hair, so don't
Well, I have
talk
no
about the hair
idea.
colors.
Yeah, I have no idea what her hair color is, but she's fair. And then it's like a bright blonde daughter, like pale blonde daughter, and then the oldest daughter looks Latina. And then the son.
Was he a ginger kid? Did I make that up?
Who?
The son?
No, I think he was blonde too.
Oh, okay.
But I think
Sorry
he
to say
might have been
ginger, is
dyeing
that
his hair
derogatory?
too. I think he might have been bleaching it, like Eminem.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So let's talk about these characters. The Latina. I thought maybe I'd look her up and find out she was non-binary or something, but I did not find that out. She's an actress named Gabrielle Eccles. This is like only the second thing she's ever been in. She was in that movie Reminiscence with Hugh Jackman that came out during the pandemic.
Yeah, I saw that movie.
You did? I meant to watch it and I never did.
I don't remember her in it, but I remember watching it.
All right. So she's got like short hair and she turns down those boys in the hall that invite her over to watch all the Freddy movies. They say there's no bad Nightmare on Elm Street movies. They're fucking insane.
Yeah.
What's
the worst one? Where he's a little baby?
Probably.
What's that one called?
The Demon Child. The Dream Child.
Yeah, that was tough.
Yeah, that's a bad one.
You know what's overrated? New Nightmare.
I completely agree.
Movie's
People
not good.
overrate it because like it is a cool idea.
Yeah,
but
awesome idea.
The actual movie in practice is like pretty weak.
Yeah, very stupid. Very poorly acted also.
Yeah, no, the Nightmare on Elm Streets, you watch 1, 2, 3.
4 is pretty good, I think.
Yeah, 4's got its moments, and 6 is bad, but I have a soft spot for it.
Yeah, and then Freddy versus Jason.
Yeah, well, you got to hear him call somebody a faggot.
Was that Kelly Rowland?
Oh, you're right. I thought it was Freddy. You're right. It wasn't. It was Kelly Rowland. Yeah, no. Freddy respects the homosexual community too much.
Yeah, he wouldn't do that.
All right. So there's her. Then the middle son, who I thought maybe he should be making beats for that little rapper boy from The Visit.
Yeah, it's a crossover.
Yeah, a little horror crossover, huh?
Scary Movie 6.
Yeah, maybe in your Scary Movie 6, they could have this kid making his beats.
That's a great idea.
Yeah. So he's hanging out in his room, doing some like very rudimentary scratching over a live version of LCD Sound System's Dance Yourself Clean.
I didn't notice that.
Dude, one of my favorite bands, one of my favorite songs by one of my favorite bands.
I thought this was an original. I thought he made that.
No. No, that was fucking Dance Yourself Clean, bro. The only thing he was making was the little wicka wicka wickas over it.
She was like telling him shut up. I was like, whoa, let him cook. He's doing great stuff in there. And,
no, it's probably just because she's heard this fucking song every day over the last year.
I didn't realize.
It came out like fucking 10 years ago or something. But so so that's him, and then you got the little girl who is playing with scissors on the floor. So it's like Chekhov's scissors, and then she has this little doll on a stick. What does she call it? Staff something? Staffily?
Sure.
Something like that. And it's like Chekhov's doll on a stick.
Yes. Right.
Yeah.
That was cool.
For sure. Yeah,
Cassie, the young daughter. She's the best of the three, I would say.
I kind of agree, which is rare to say about like the little one in a movie.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
I gotta say I didn't like the oldest daughter. Not for any reason. Like the character seemed fine. I thought that actor was bad.
She didn't stand out any more than the son did to me.
Yeah, fair. They're both kind of bad.
Yeah, I didn't think they were exceptionally bad or anything. Not enough to bring up on the podcast.
No, she had some line readings, dude, where I was like, they needed more takes of this line. That's a
Yeah.
flat ass line reading.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. Um. So it's his fault. It's the son's fault. The son's name is Dan. As we all know, all Dans are fucking awful. It's a name I'm cursed with. I like you never meet good Dans in real life. Every so often you do in a movie, but this one sucked. He unleashed the evil on the world.
Yeah.
Okay,
Through a vinyl.
Audio Book of the Dead. That's your letterbox review. I didn't want to take credit for that great joke.
Thank you.
So they go out for pizza while the mom tells her sister, not her new sister, but her sister returning home about her recent split up with her husband. Okay.
Right.
And did you notice that the pizza shop that they went to is Henrietta's Pizza, and that's the name of the zombie that's in the basement in Evil Dead 2?
Of course not, but that's cool.
Yeah.
I like that.
So
Did you like that?
sure.
Were you annoyed?
No, not at all. Like, fine.
okay.
Reference the other movies. It's cool.
All right. Okay.
I was okay with a lot of that shit. I popped when they all started going Dead by Dawn, Dead by Dawn.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's cool. So there's like an earthquake. Was this an
Right.
actual earthquake? This wasn't the evil, right? This was just an earthquake.
Yeah, I think real earthquake.
Yeah.
I believe so.
Um,
And they drop all the food. That was so upsetting.
I know they're holding 3 boxes of pizza. By the way, 3 large pizzas for 2 adults and 3 kids. How much fucking pizza is this family eating?
Yeah, that's wild. That's really wild. I would say like 2 boxes would be fine.
2 boxes would be plenty sufficient.
Plenty.
I mean, how much is that little girl gonna eat? A slice?
And I would say 2 only because 1 wouldn't be enough, probably.
Yeah, no. You get the second as like a as
Bonus.
no.
Just in case.
Insurance. That's the word I was
Yes.
looking for.
The insurance pie.
Yeah, the old insurance pie. Okay. So yeah, I was upset about that, and I was also upset about the girl dropping those sodas.
She dropped them instantly. I was like, you couldn't try to hold on for
But at
like
least
a
it was like a little
longer.
girl. I was like, I don't think this girl should be trusted. You got 2 older kids. Have one of them hold the fucking sodas.
Yeah, surely. I bet one of them was holding the boxes. What was the other one doing?
Don't call me Shirley.
But why couldn't one of the oldest ones hold the boxes? One of the older ones hold the drinks.
Exactly.
Or the younger one have the drinks.
Exactly.
I gotta go back and check that out.
Yeah, we got to find out what was that third kid doing.
Seriously.
Yeah,
Like as soon as the cracks come, she's like, "Oh!" Drops all the drinks. It's like, come on.
I know. And by the way, those pieces, even after they dropped them, were salvageable.
Yeah, I agree. Only like 2 or 3 were messed up, but even still,
Yeah.
I'd eat those.
Oh, well, yeah, who cares? You spent the money on this is another out of touch Hollywood thing. Oh, I dropped the pizza. I guess it's garbage. No, you spent money on that.
Yeah.
Eat the pizza.
In E.T., doesn't he drop the pizza? They still eat it, right?
I'm sure you're right.
I think they did. That's what.
Is that movie about an extraterrestrial?
Yeah. Yeah.
I was just making sure you weren't talking about Entertainment Tonight.
No.
All right.
No.
They go up to the apartment. They're like, "Hey, we're out of pizza." But the mom's freaking out, right? Because the earthquake happens while they're out, so that's sort of concerning.
Mhm.
And then the elevator's not working great, and so they enlist the other people on their floor. Now it's a condemned building. That's how they get away with there only being like 6 characters in this movie. Is they're like the building's getting knocked down in a month, and so most people are gone. Most people have moved out already, but not us. We're still just operating as a complete family unit in our little apartment. It wasn't even that little. It was kind of a nice apartment. And they so they get the next door neighbor who's what was his name?
Which one though? There's like an old guy and a young guy.
The young guy.
No idea. I guess I didn't know why I asked. 'Cause I didn't know either way.
What the fuck? All right,
You can
but
look it up.
he was like a nice fella, and
Gabriel. He's the one that
Gabriel.
does like a prayer at one point. I guess it makes
Oh,
sense. So his
yeah.
name's Gabriel.
oh, like the angel Gabriel,
Yeah, exactly.
right? Right.
Yeah. Or Father Gabriel from The Walking Dead.
Who can forget that classic character? All I remember, Father Gabriel was played by the dude who played Carver on The Wire, and every time he would turn up, I'd be like, "Hey, Carver." So that's anytime
No, I
someone
know Father Gabriel.
you know him as Father Gabriel.
Absolutely.
And it's funny because when he was Carver on The Wire, the entire time I watched that show, I was like, "Oh, it's that dude from Starship Troopers."
Yeah.
That dude,
So that's pretty cool.
every few years, he pops up in something, and I'm like, "Hey, nice to see you, buddy."
That's good. Good for him.
Yeah. All right. So that dude's gonna get the car and drive her out on these streets and try to find her kids. Meanwhile, you got an old man, and he's like, "I've got a gun. Just to let you know, there's a gun in this movie. Some point, I bet you it'll be used." They want to get down the fire escape, right? Because they're afraid of the elevator not working. But the kids just take the elevator and everything's fine. And then, you realize those other characters are just getting set up for cannon fodder. But then again, I will give this movie, I guess, credit because like when they set up the old guy and the
Gabriel.
and Gabriel, I thought, well, then I guess they're gonna die, and of the family, they'll probably just kill the mom. Like,
Yeah,
or
no.
maybe the oldest daughter. Like, I really didn't see like all the kids. Like the little girl makes it out alive, but like the other kids die.
And they kill each other. I think that the daughter dies first, and then she comes back and kills the son. I liked that too. I agree.
Yeah, that kind of worked for me.
And I liked that the youngest daughter, her little baby head on the stick, ends up killing her sister. Like her sister is the zombie or whatever, and then she ends up killing her with it. And then they like tie her up in sheets, but then she comes back. So all the little kids were killing each other. That was a pretty cool part of the movie.
Yeah. But first, the mom is the first one who goes nuts because the son he finds the Necronomicon. I don't think we ever say the word Necronomicon in this movie, but
No.
that's what it is. They find it in that hole that opens up because of the earthquake, and it's like a bank. They say like the apartment building used to be a bank vault. There's all this lore about the apartment building in this movie. And so he goes into this old bank vault. He finds the Necronomicon along with like a bunch of vinyl. They're in separate rooms, but apparently they're directly related to one another. And the Necronomicon, it's got bugs. The movie was too buggy for me. I don't like bugs.
Yeah. Well, it's supposed to make you uncomfortable, right?
No, I know it is a horror movie, but the only two times I was really uncomfortable in the movie were anytime there were bugs and when she was swallowing the glass.
And she swallows glass because of the bugs to kill all the bugs in her tummy. That's what she said.
Yeah.
So, that little girl, the daughter, the LVP for you? She didn't like all that stuff?
No, it's not that I didn't like that stuff even. Like, it's a horror movie, so like
It scared you.
Yeah, it did scare me. And like I want to give him credit for the glass thing just because it's something I've never seen before. Like showing like glass going down someone's throat like from the outside where you see like cuts forming in the throat from inside.
Yeah, that's
Like,
fair. I've never seen
yeah,
that either.
that's wild. That's some wild shit.
Good job.
Yeah. Good job, Lee Cronin.
Yeah. I did like this guy, but I did like him.
He's all right. Yeah, I'd be interested. I'm not opposed to going back and watching that hole in the ground. Hey, by the way, this had a hole in the ground. Does he just love holes in the ground?
What was the hole in the ground? The earthquake?
That's his previous film.
Oh, no, I mean in this movie. What
Yeah,
was
the
hole?
earthquake. It's a hole in the ground.
Yeah, that's the one Sam Raimi saw and was like, let's get this guy.
Yeah, Sam Raimi saw a hole in the ground. He was like, "That's a good idea for an Evil Dead movie. A hole in the ground. Let's get this guy who specializes in that."
Maybe I'll watch that too.
Yeah, let me know how that is. You watch.
How
it.
old's this guy, Lee Cronin? Do you know?
No, he looks about 30.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. He's been working for a little while, but that was his first feature, which came out I think in 2019. A hole in the ground. And I assume he'll get a lot of shit off of this.
Yeah.
People like it,
Absolutely.
and it's making money.
Really? I didn't
Yeah,
know.
dude. I gotta say, I was at the theater last night, and it was a crowded theater because people were going to see Guardians of the Galaxy 3. It was like just opening, and I expected this to be pretty empty. Like, it's been out for a couple weeks. It's a Thursday night, and no, it was like a pretty packed house.
Yeah. A lot of freaks out there want to see Evil Dead Rise.
Yeah, man. Just vape it up. Watch some Evil Dead Rise, bro.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, look at this. It's got a $19 million budget, this movie. And it made 91.3 so far at the box office. It's already like well in the fucking black.
It came out like a week ago, 2 weeks ago.
I know.
Made $100 million.
Yeah, good for this fucking movie. Jesus.
Yeah.
People still go to the theater to see horror. That's nice.
It is nice.
Yeah. They wanna do more of these. They have ideas for sequels supposedly. I feel like every time you make a movie now, it's gotta be, you have to have sequels in mind. And I feel like this one planned for the future a lot better than the last one did.
In what way, really?
I don't know, like when the Fede Alvarez one ended, I was like, I hope I never see another fucking Evil Dead movie. Whereas, like, when this one ended,
so just for you, just meaning you hated that one, you liked.
No,
this one.
I didn't see the way forward. Whereas this one, I completely do. I think you bring back that girl. She's your like new generation Ash. She's like a little more serious.
What girl? The
like,
young girl or the older sister?
No, the older sister.
Okay.
And you can have the young girl a couple years older too. You know, have her be like Chloe Moretz in Kick-Ass or Abigail Breslin in Zombieland, that kind of character.
Oh, I thought you meant those actors played.
No.
Okay. All right.
I mean, you could actually. She looks a little Chloe Moretz-y, that actress.
Yeah, I miss Chloe Grace Moretz. I don't know where she's been.
What? She's not. What was the last thing she was in?
I don't know. When I say that, these people are probably doing stuff. I just have not seen that. I'm sure they're doing a lot of stuff.
Oh, well, she was on that Amazon Prime show. I think that's what she's doing. Chloe Moretz.
All right, well, I'm sure she'd rather do this.
Maybe, man. Maybe.
What else? There was like that elevator started filling up with blood.
I didn't like that. I never like that in horror movies when stuff fills up with blood because I'm just like, where's the blood coming from? Blood's a thing that's in humans, right? We know that.
Right.
Like it's a liquid. If you open up a human, that liquid will come out of it.
From animals also. Maybe they got it from animals.
That's a good point. But like, where's it coming from on this elevator? Like, I want to see a shot of the outside of the elevator. Like, where's the blood coming from?
Yeah, you want to see like the blueprint of the machine pumping the blood.
I don't get it.
Yeah. All right, fair enough. I never thought about that.
I can't wrap my head around shit like that for whatever reason. I mean, it's
The Shining, that bothers you? Be like, how'd that blood get?
To be honest, a little bit, yeah.
Was this a Shining reference? Actually, I didn't even think about it till right now.
I don't know about maybe an homage, maybe influence.
It did come pouring out. I remember that.
Yeah. Oh, there's a lot of blood in this movie. This movie's bloody as fuck. By the end of the movie, they're just fucking caked in it. Like
same as the last one. Remember the last one? Last one, very bloody.
Was it?
Oh yeah. At the end, it's like raining blood.
I don't even remember that.
That happens
in Nope. Remember that?
Oh, maybe I was thinking about Nope. No, I'm pretty sure it does the same thing in Evil Dead. Is it Evil Dead or what? What's the first? Which one has the?
That's the original.
The Evil Dead, and then the remake was Evil Dead.
Yeah, The Evil Dead 2, Dead by Dawn, Army of Darkness, uh, Evil Dead, and now Evil Dead Rises.
Rises? I thought it was Rise.
Oh, which is it?
It is Evil Dead Rise.
Oh shit! I fucked that up.
You dummy.
I am a dummy.
I'm just kidding. You're not a dummy.
Oh, thanks,
very
buddy.
intelligent.
Oh
Very,
my
very smart.
god, I'm chuffed. All right. Yeah. I mean,
Wait, one more thing. Is that thing the how she like needs two other people on her side to have like a bunch of arm demon? Is that in the other ones?
No, that's new, and I thought that was a pretty sweet idea.
Yeah, that was pretty spooky.
Yeah,
I enjoyed that.
the dead bodies all sort of congeal into this like. Well, I mean, it's a ripoff of The Thing. It's the end of The Thing. But
yeah, that's where they got this.
yeah. I mean, that's what it is. But so it's not exactly new, but it's new for Evil Dead, and I thought they did a reasonably good job of it. Like it looked cool. I don't know what else do you like. There's a cheese grater that I was grossed out
Pretty
by
cool.
that.
Yep, I like that.
Yeah, there's what else?
The wood chipper at the end. I think we talked about it.
Is that what it was? A wood chipper?
I thought it's something like that.
Yeah, I actually thought about Fargo at one point during the movie because it's like that's a case where like I wouldn't have thought the Coen brothers tone would be replicable, but they did a good job with that FX series. So I don't know why they can't like.
But didn't they do that with the show? They replicated it with the show.
They did. Why can't Evil Dead be funny?
Maybe it will be.
Why can't it just be fucking funny?
Hey guys, put me in the next one. I'll make it funny. Hey.
Oh my god, I'm laughing. I'm laughing already.
Book of the Dead. Hey.
is that comedy to you? Just hey.
That's my character.
Yeah. You could be like the new generation Weasel. Like the new
Weasel.
the Pauly Shore.
I don't like that.
Have you ever seen a Pauly Shore movie?
Name some.
Son-in-Law.
No.
Encino Man.
No.
In the Army Now.
No.
Biodome.
No.
Holy shit. We gotta get you. Listen, man. I was gonna give you a good movie to watch this week, but I think my recommendation is gonna be Encino Man.
All right, fine.
All right.
Fair enough.
All right, bro.
I give it a 3.
I'm gonna give it a 2. I'm gonna stick with 2. I like this the worst of all of them except the last one. But I did feel a spark. Like I walked out of it like I understand why people would like this, where I didn't with the last one. I see a way forward. Like I'd watch a direct sequel to this movie without much complaining. And so I feel okay about it.
Yeah, I agree. I wish there was like maybe one more character I was into.
Me too.
I didn't really like the other 2 kids aside from the young daughter, but I thought the mom was really good, really scary. Whatever the contacts they put in her eyes or whatever, I thought were really neat. I don't know. I thought it was pretty gory.
Yeah,
gnarly. I was into it.
Look, if you're gonna make an Evil Dead movie without the tone I like, I guess do it this way. This was all right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like the other one. I gave that last one 3 stars. So I guess like these more.
Yeah. Why? That might be you being younger too. Like Tim, our friend Tim told me like his class was like raving about this movie. He's a teacher, and like all of them basically said they'd never seen any of the other Evil Dead movies. And I was like, that annoys me on one level, but on one level it's kind of cool because like it'll get people to watch those earlier movies, and and I like that this stands on its own. Like people are able to just go and enjoy it when they don't give a shit about the lore. Like I'm the old man complaining, like, why aren't these funny anymore? Like these movies aren't for me. You know,
Yeah.
I have my Evil Dead movies.
Right. I guess same with Scream.
Yeah, I guess you're. No, those just suck though. Scream 6 fucking sucks.
All right, we'll talk about it. Don't get too hot.
Okay, all right.
Um,
Who's
yeah.
your MVP?
I'm gonna go. It's actually tough. I think you can go the mom, the Aunt Beth.
I'm gonna
the
go with
young
her,
daughter.
Aunt Beth. I see something in her. I think she could be.
Well, they do too. She's the rising star of Australia.
Yeah, I guess so. But yeah, I'd like to see her in more stuff. She held promise for me.
Okay, well then I'll go with the mom. I thought she was very scary. I thought she worked. I thought she was very good.
Yeah, I kept wondering if like that actress had like taken movement classes or
Hmm.
something. Like the way she was able to like, I mean, some of it's CGI, but like some of her like bodily movements were like creepy in interesting ways.
Yeah, I agree. Maybe she did. But all right, my MVP the mom. Yours is the aunt. My LVP. I'm gonna go with Danny for Raising the Dead.
And I'll just go with the older sister.
Oh.
I thought Danny was bad, but the performance didn't really like. I didn't like the character, but the performance seemed fine. Whereas I thought the actress who played the oldest daughter, unfortunately, was pretty weak.